big news over the weekend in the sports world. Hope Solo was reinstated by U.S. Soccer. And Robin, she sat down with you for an exclusive interview.
That's right, George. Hope Solo has helped lead Team USA to 2 Olympic gold medals, but lately she's been making more headlines off the field. And this morning she's opening up about those problems for the first time. With 2 Olympic gold medals and a record 78 career shutouts, Hope Solo is arguably one of the best athletes in the world. But last June, her career almost came to a halt. At a family gathering, she was charged with domestic violence assault, accused by her nephew of punching and tackling him. Solo pleaded not guilty and was released pending trial. 8 months later, the case was dismissed. I can only imagine what it had to be like for you for those 8 months and hearing those things that were said, and you were not able to say what happened that summer night. Are you able now?
Still very difficult to talk about what took place that night. So I'm not going to go into all of the details. I was a victim of domestic violence at the hands of my 17-year-old nephew, who is 6'9", 280 pounds. I was struck over the head and concussed pretty severely. It was a very scary night.
You were not suspended by U.S. Soccer, and many people felt that in light of what was going on in the NFL with violence and assault and players were being suspended, that you were not. And how do you respond to those critics who say, hey, wait a minute, is that fair?
All of us, in my opinion, have a fundamental right to be considered innocent until proven guilty. I know U.S. Soccer took a lot of heat, but I am very grateful that they let due process play itself out. But then, just 1 week after being exonerated for assault charges, Solo was in the headlines again. Her husband, former Seattle Seahawk Jeremy Stevens, was arrested for driving under the influence. He was driving a U.S. Soccer team van. Hope was in the vehicle. This time, U.S. Soccer suspended Solo for 30 days. What in the world were you thinking? Well, clearly I wasn't thinking. It was a horrible choice. I think I just wasn't in a good place emotionally to even make good decisions. I mean, it's not an excuse, but it was stupid. We should have called a taxi.
I could only imagine, Hope, that you must be on a roller coaster of emotions. I'm
working through those emotions. You know, I was filled with anger, and I'm finally able to sit down, talk to somebody about what I've been going through and the very traumatic events over the last year. And just being able to speak to somebody has been really beneficial for me. You know, I can cry it out. I can try to understand it. It's been healthy for me to just talk it out and to deal with my emotions instead of just tucking them away.
Knowing that you have so many young fans and they have parents, and to know that the suspension was because of a behavioral issue, how do you deal with that?
I'm not going to be too hard on myself right now. But, you know, in terms of what parents tell their kids, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody learns from them, hopefully, and continues to work on themselves. I'm a work in progress, and I will continue to be a work in progress until the end of my days.
Solo is focused on the future and says she's finally in a good place, not perfect, but good. What is it that you want people, when they see this, to walk away thinking about you differently than what they may have thought about you before?
I want people to realize I'm just human. I'm just human, and I make mistakes, and I want people to be able to forgive me if they're willing to do so. Just want to be the best athlete I can be, the best person I can be, and I know I have a lot of room for improvement. And late last night, we received a statement from Hope's nephew and his mother regarding our story, and they believe, and this is a quote from them, it does a disservice to domestic violence victims to suggest that one's physical size is a determinative of whether one is an abuser. They maintain that Hope was the aggressor, but once again, all charges were dropped in that case. And she is currently with the national team in Portugal. They're playing in a tournament. They're going to play Norway next week, and this is all in anticipation of the World Cup, which will be this summer in Canada.
She is coming back, okay.
Yes, she has. She's owning up to her mistakes and looking forward to the future, and we'll have much more in our conversation in later days.
Good luck to her, okay.